It's a beautiful night in San Diego as this homestand rolls along for the Padres. Game one of a brief two-game series between the Colorado Rockies and the San Diego Padres. Well, Nolan Arenado rolling right along as always since the beginning of last year against the Padres. He's hit a .340 with 8 home runs and 24 runs batted in. He has been incredible against the Padres. Eric Hosmer so far this season against the Rockies in the season series, hitting a .379 with a home run and an RBI. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, tonight, Joey Lucchesi will be towing the rubber for the Padres. Comes in with a record of 3-2 and ERA under 3 and hopes to keep it going, certainly against the Rockies.
And hopefully another quality start. We talked about Tyson Ross, Clayton Richard going deep into the game, quality start. Joey can do just that. When you talk about his numbers against these Colorado Rockies, first of all, they're not swinging the bat that well, but they still have some punch to hurt you. 1-0 record. The one thing that sticks out is the 15 strikeouts, .82 whip. Fewer than a base runner than an inning, right? Each inning for Joey Lucchesi. So stick to your strength, go right after these guys, and get him with that fastball up and away in the zone, and also that curve down by the back foot. A very effective pitch. That's why he's got 15 strikeouts.
Colorado Rockies come in 2.5 games back of the Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League West. The top of their order has been very good offensively.
With the way Joey Lucchesi's been pitching, I think he could still be effective with these numbers 1 through 4. The one thing about the 1 through 4 is I think with one swing of the bat can be a game changer. Arenado is in that mix. DJ LeMahieu was just recently put on the DL, but there's the slugging percentage, first in the National League and RBI. So with that said, Joey Lucchesi pitched well in Colorado, right? He's pitched well against these Rockies here and at home, or in Colorado rather. 5 through 8, just stick to your strength. Don't look at those numbers. Just go to the curve, go to the fastball away. These 5 through 8 hitters, no production. They've been getting themselves in pitchers' counts and swinging at bad pitches, so hopefully he keeps it up.
Well, Franmil Reyes reaches the majors. We will see him tonight when we return. Annie Heilbrunn will catch up with Franmil and Andy Green next after this from Petco Park. Brought to you by Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Sequan Casino, opening in 2019 in Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. By Petco, the pet company. And by Nissan. It's time to upgrade. Save big at the Nissan Tech for All sales event. Shop ChooseNissan.com. We get ready for the Padres and the Rockies game 1, but before we get it started, let's welcome Annie Heilbrunn.
Well, thanks so much, guys. The Padres made a few roster moves today. They optioned infielder Carlos Suaje to AAA El Paso. He's been struggling at the plate, hitting 198. And they brought up Franmil Reyes, a 22-year-old Dominican outfielder who's been absolutely crushing it for the Chihuahuas, hitting .346, 14 home runs, tops in all of baseball. And, of course, he is extremely excited to be making his Major League debut tonight. Here is more from Reyes and manager Andy Green on the call-up.
Very proud to be the first major league of my family, coming from a big family of a lot of baseball players, and really happy and good to have my mom here.
He's cut down his chase rate a ton. He's been swinging at the pitches he should be swinging at. He's been doing a lot of damage on him. So you look up, he's leading the minor leagues in home runs, and he's not chasing outside the zone that often. Those are usually good indicators of future success in the big leagues, and it's the kind of power that's definitely going to play in the big leagues.
And this is part of the Padres' plan. They are going to be bringing these young guys up to see what they have at the major league level. Andy Green said expect for Reyes to have a lot of time in the lineups to show his power at the plate, and so they can see what these guys have in their system. Well, coming up, the Padres look to keep a good thing going with some solid pitching with Joey Lucchesi on the mound, building off of Tyson Ross and Clayton Richard. First pitch coming up next, Padres Rockies on Fox Sports San Diego.
Series tonight, having already played each other 10 times. Tonight, the teams meet once again as Padres rookie Joey Lucchesi battles the Colorado lineup for the third time in just 9 big league starts. Who will take advantage of their familiar foe? It's the Rockies and Padres again, next. Ready for baseball tonight from Petco Park in San Diego, and it's time now for the weather report brought to you by your always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego County. 64 degrees, northwest breeze at 9 miles per hour, mostly cloudy, the forecast for the remainder of the night. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Annie Halbrun with you tonight from Petco Park in San Diego. The first of 2 games against this Colorado Rockies team. And we check out Bud Black's starting 9 tonight. Charlie Blackmon leading it off and in center field with Noel Cuevas in right field. Nolan Arenado at third base. Trevor Story is at shortstop. Ian Desmond at first with Chris Iannetta doing the catching. Gerardo Parra gets a start in left field with Daniel Castro at second base. And Tyler Anderson, the pitcher, bats out of the 9th spot for Bud Black.
And on the hill for the San Diego Padres, 24-year-old Joey Lucchesi making his 9th start. His scouting report is brought to you by GMC. He knows the Rockies. He's pitched very well against them. He's got to stick to his strengths. It's time, I think, Don, for the Rockies to adjust to him. He's got the high fastball in and out of the zone. He'll wipe out that curve down by the back foot against the right-handed hitters.
Now Charlie Blackmon about to lead it off here for Colorado. Now, when last we saw the Rockies, Blackmon had been dropped in the order. He is back to being the leadoff hitter now, and part of that may be because the guy that was leading off, DJ LeMahieu, was placed on the DL. First pitch of this one misses high for ball 1, and we are underway. Charlie Blackmon off to a .275 start, 11 homers and 21 runs batted in. Won the batting title a year ago. That's a strike, and it's 1-1.
I think a big key for Joey Lucchesi is one of the first 2 pitches over for a strike. Always work with an even count, 1-1. Stay away from the 2-0. We know the productivity of hitters 1 through 4 for these Rockies. We talked about that. Boy, if he can silence 1 through 4, he should have a good night.
That'll drop in there for a strike, 1-2, and Charlie Blackmon didn't like it at all. Steps out of the box, says something to Larry Vanover, and now Vanover's hearing it from the Rockies dugout too.
That's the chirp, and let's keep an eye on that particularly called pitch up in the zone if that's being called consistently from Larry Vanover. Will he give that pitch but not the knee-high strike?
Gonna yank that away, and it is 2-2. Third start against the Rockies already for Lucchesi. Foul back and hangs it 2-2.
See that 90-mile-an-hour fastball outside corner and defensive swing from Blackmon? That tells you that I think these Rocky hitters are going to have that curve in the back of their mind. That ball was nearly by Blackmon. The emergency swing to foul it off.
Well, they've certainly seen enough of him to know about his repertoire and what he's got, and certainly have some of those pitches in the back of their minds. And see here on a 2-2 pitch what he does to Charlie Blackmon. It's another one off foul. This is what Blackmon does. He's a tough out.
That's why I think he's one of those players, and Bud Black knows this. The rest of baseball knows this. He is the perfect type of hitter to be in that leadoff spot. I mean, I know you mentioned it earlier how he was jockeyed around a little bit in the lineup, but he's got a good command of the strike zone. He can spray the ball to all fields. He can hit the ball out of the ballpark. And he's been tearing it up on the road this year.
Chops it up over the mound. Galvis from shortstop on the run against the grain. Gets a good throw off. And they retire Charlie Blackmon 6-3 for the first out here in the first inning.
Now the slick shortstop for the Padres, Freddie Galvis. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. We saw Freddie. How about the rest of the infield? Third base, Christian Villanueva. At second base, Jose Perella. Eric Hosmer will be at first base behind the plate, putting out the signs A.J. Ellis. In the outfield, left to right, Cordero, Margot, Franmil Reyes, making his major league debut. Welcome to the big leagues, Franmil.
Noel Cuevas will chop this one, and Villanueva with a nice pick. Plants and throws in time to get Cuevas. Nicely done by Villanueva. Lunging after that ball to his left and almost at the shortstop spot.
You got to love the quick outs. Galvis doing a good job of backing up. Villanueva to his left. and squaring up those shoulders to fire the strike over to Hosmer.
So 2 down here in the first inning brings up Nolan Arenado. Arenado has a .410 on base percentage, 7 homers, 16 RBIs during his 23-game on base streak. Overall hitting at .313, 8 homers, and 22 runs batted in. He'll take strike 1. The last time Arenado failed to reach base safely was back on April 11th. It was against the Padres. That was the game in which he was ejected for charging the mound against Luis Perdomo. Since then has been on base ever since. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Now this is where the strike zone for Joey Lucchesi starts to swell, starts to get bigger. We've seen it many times playing in the division. Arenado will chase. Let's see if he tries to bounce that curve. If he goes up and out of the zone, looks like AJ wants it in the dirt here.
Lined opposite field and into right field for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Arenado, and that streak continues with a base hit opposite field. 24-game on base streak now for Arenado.
He quickly got ahead, Joey did, to Nolan Arenado. First pitch fastball right there at 90. Now he's going to pull the string a little bit with the breaking ball. Quickly hit 0-2. Now here's where he wants to take that string and pull it back. As soon as that ball leaves your hand, you want to bounce that, but you're hoping that it's attached to a string. Hey, bring that ball back. I want to make another pitch. Luckily, it's only a single, and there are 2 outs.
Two down with Arenado at first base brings up Trevor Story. He's got 10 home runs already. And gets out of the way of a pitch up and in at 90 miles an hour. Fouls it back to the screen. These two have a little bit of history. Trevor Story with a home run. Joey Lucchesi back on April 10th. And this one at Coors Field, just up over the scoreboard in right field. One of the 10 home runs that Story has on the year.
High fastball up and away. If you want to get to Story, it's got to be a little bit higher. Up above that Colorado on that jersey.
He will chase. That's a strike.
Wow, getting the call in off the plate.
But a few tonight the Rockies have not been happy with here in the first inning.
See that fastball out of the hand of Joey Lucchesi? It's kind of got that cut rotation to it. And if you're a pitcher, Don, what do you do in the next pitch? You're bringing in a little more, right?
Might as well, or go to the same spot, one or the other, if you got a called strike last time.
Yeah.
Now 2 down, Arenado at first base, and a 1-2 coming to Story. Ends up and away and not close.
Mentioned also the veteran A.J. Ellis behind the plate. Let's keep a look on how many times Joey Lucchesi shakes. I'm going to say very few times tonight. A.J.'s going to put down the sign, he's going to put up the glove, and Joey Lucchesi is going to follow directions from the veteran catcher.
In the air down the right field line as Hosmer and Reyes head over, but that is into the seats. And neither will have an opportunity.
That's a big kid right there. Franmil Reyes in right field.
Reyes checks in at 6'5", 275 pounds.
That is a keeper.
The Dominican Republic. And the Padres minor league system last year with 25 home runs. Spending the entire year at San Antonio. And Double-A in the Padres organization. Throw over, and Arenado back to the bag. At 16 home runs in 2016 in Lake Elsinore, 25 last year, and this year had 14 for the 22-year-old at the time of his call-up today. in the air to right center field. Incoming is Franmil Reyes, and he makes the catch out there in right field to end the inning. Half an inning in the books. Padres are coming up. Padres lineup brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Manuel Margot leading it off and in center field with Eric Hosmer at first base. Jose Perella at second base with Christian Villanueva at third. Franchi Cordero is in left. Franmil Reyes making his major league debut in right. Freddie Galvis at shortstop. A.J. Ellis, the catcher, bats eighth. And Joey Lucchesi, the pitcher, batting out of the 9th spot. And tonight the Padres are dealing with Tyler Anderson.
Let's meet Tyler Anderson, the 28-year-old making his 9th start. He's a homegrown Rocky. Changeup is his best secondary pitch, up in the zone with 2 strikes. Let's see if the Padre hitters can be disciplined enough to lay off that one that's well out of the zone.
Manuel Margot leading it off back to his familiar leadoff spot with Travis Jankowski out of the order tonight. And Jankowski had done such a great job leading it off, but all of a sudden now the Padres have a crowded outfield and decisions to be made. And tonight Jankowski kind of left out of the mix. Already have 5 outfielders on the 25-man roster, but then they add Franmil Reyes, who gets the start tonight. You got Margot, Cordero, Jankowski, Caesar, and Perella. This one on a couple hops out to second base, and Castro throws out Margot.
Check out the Rockies defense behind Anderson, and the defense is brought to you by your San Diego Cadillac dealers. In the outfield, left to right, Parra, Blackman, Cuevas will be in right field. His 8th career start in right field this season. On the infield, Arenado, Story, Castro at second base, DJ LeMahieu placed on the DL, Ian Desmond at first, and behind the plate, Chris Iannetta catching Tyler Anderson.
Yeah, DJ LeMahieu with a sprained thumb goes on the DL, and Pat Valleca will replace him. So on fouled off by Eric Hosmer for strike 1. .262, 5 homers and 13 runs batted in for Hosmer. Padres trying to grab their 3rd consecutive victory and tie a season high in that category. They had won 3 straight games, April 13th through the 15th, against the Giants. And Andy Green's team trying to do that again. Rockies have won 6 of 10 games against the Padres in the season series. So these are games 11 and 12 of the year already against the Rockies.
That's what I really dislike. I hate the unbalanced schedule. Did I just say hate? I apologize. I do not like that word. I dislike the unbalanced schedule.
Well, that guy, of course, managed the Padres from 2007 through 2015. In 2010, NL Manager of the Year, leading the Padres to a 90-72 record. He had 649 wins as a Padres skipper, second most in team history, only behind Bruce Bochy.
You know what that is? That's baseball.
This one is fouled off over by the Padres dugout.
But I apologize because I'm a lover, not a fighter. I shouldn't hate anything. I dislike some things at times.
Bruce Bochy won 951 games. The Black won 649. This one is fouled off at the dish.
Got a battle here. Eric Hosmer's got a battle with 2 strikes. We've got the shift on the right side, 3 heavy on the infield. Arenado, the third baseman, at shortstop position. We know that Eric Hosmer can spray the ball from foul line to foul line.
Takes a pitch away. The Rockies are shifting on him. Came off a series, 4 games against the Cardinals, in which they didn't shift. It was kind of weird. They didn't shift on anybody. Different from today's style of game. 2-2 pitch on the ground to first base, and Ian Desmond will tag the bag. 2 down here in the first inning. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, the one statistic that really sticks out is scoring first for the Friars. They are 12-1. Score first, chances are great you're going to win. And bust up top rocks in their lineup. We talked about 1 through 4. 280 in average, 3rd in the National League. On base percentage, 4th in the NL. They're slugging at 1st in the National League. And my partner's giggling here for some odd reason.
What are your keys? Is score first? Like score more runs than the other team?
No, score first. They're 12-1. When they score first, I think that's a huge key. Is it not?
I
As
see
opposed
your point
to not
now.
scoring first?
I guess it's just the way that I read it.
Yeah. Scoring first, 12-1. It says here in the notes.
1-1 pitch coming up here to Jose Perella.
When the opponents score first, they're 4-25.
To third, and it was played on a hop, I think. So he fires across just to be sure for out number 3. A 1-2-3 first, scoreless after 1.
Right now, we send him to the minor leagues with the anticipation of him moving over to third base a little bit, not to be a third baseman by any stretch, but kind of the lack of versatility made it really hard to get him on the field when we chose to go with Jose Perella consistently at second base, and that was more of a choice. That's how we got Franchi Cordero on the field, and that's how we got Travis Jankowski on the field, and the ability to move Jose into second base kind of took away from Carlos's opportunity, so we'll send him down and see if we can increase the versatility and see if we can get the bat going back in the right direction.
And that was Andy Green on Carlos Asuaje, who was optioned to AAA El Paso today. He had been struggling at the plate, hitting 198. And Asuaje was clear on it. He had tweeted out last week that he was doing poorly. And Mud, Dawn, we've seen it before. They go down to the minors, they find their swing, they get a little more confidence, and then they come out on the other side of it. So we'll see if that's what happens with Carlos Asuaje this time.
All right, Annie, thanks very much, and welcome, Annie.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here, guys.
Yeah, glad to have you aboard. And you're so right, Annie. There comes a point in time when, you know, not a lot of guys come up to the big leagues and stick for a long time. There's that back and forth type deal, and it's what's between the ears as far as not sulking and not hanging your head and going down there with a mission to try to get things straight and maybe try to hone your skills at a different position. And that sounds like maybe, like Andy said, not all the time, but you want to have that versatility, and hopefully Carlos can turn that around.
Yeah, last year certainly finishing on a very high note. This year not starting off as he would have liked, and back in El Paso again. But I'm sure we will see Carlos Asuaje before the end of the year. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and Ian Desmond strikes out to begin the second inning. First strikeout for Joey Lucchesi.
Well, there's that number 5 spot, Ian Desmond, who's been really struggling. And this year for the Colorado Rockies, they're hitting at a 146 clip, only slugging 285. The number 5 hole, first time tonight, goes down swinging. That is Ian Desmond on the curve.
One down here in the second inning brings up Chris Iannetta. Moving on up the order and batting 6th here for the Rockies. Sends one the other way. Reyes moving back towards the track and onto the edge of the warning track, makes the catch for out number 2. Iannetta gives it a ride, but 2 up, 2 down here in the second inning. Earlier tonight we came on the air talking about the lineup spots, and towards the bottom of the order, 5 through 8 this season, where they rank, not good, either last or second to last.
Yeah, the corner outfielders for the Colorado Rockies, Bud Black's been kind of going with whoever wants to take advantage of that position, you better start hacking, because it's kind of like a flip-flop around on the corners. So not really a lot of consistency, and certainly not a lot of production. Working the counts into pitchers counts. Oh, wow. As I was saying, pitchers counts, missing mistakes, just not being productive. So hopefully Joey Lucchesi can keep those numbers where they're at by plowing through the bottom of the order.
Gerardo Parra, one of those corner guys, playing in left field tonight. That'll drop in there for a strike.
I love the breaking ball after missing with the fastball, which should have been called a strike. Pitching backwards right there for Joey.
The Rockies tonight beginning a 9-game road trip against the NL West. They will play the Giants and Dodgers as part of this road trip coming up. 4 with the Giants, 3 with the Dodgers after 2 here in San Diego. Rockies played well on the road. 15 of their last 23 road games have been wins, while going under 500 at home. They're 7-11 at Coors Field. This is slowly grounded by the mound. Perella charges in, flips underhanded, and in time to get Parra and to end the inning. A 1-2-3 second, done with an inning and a half without a score. Valley View Casino trivia question.
Love trivia.
Ricky Henderson recorded his 3,000th career hit against the Rockies in 2001. And named the other two players who also recorded hit number 3,000 against the Rockies. Drops in there for strike one to Christian Villanueva. Leads it off here in the second inning. He has really struggled. Hitless in his last 36 at bats. But great success against the Rockies in his career and this year especially. So hoping that will turn around for him here tonight.
And when does Christian Villanueva do the most damage? When he can get extended, right? Well, it looks like Anderson's trying to pump fastballs in, maybe changeups away.
Ground ball to third base. Arenado. High throw, but on the other side, Desmond goes up to get it, and Villanueva retired. That is 4 ground ball outs so far for Tyler Anderson to start his outing.
And that was a breaking ball in the outer half of the plate that he grounded into the 5-3 play. As I mentioned earlier, Don, his changeup is his best secondary pitch, but if he gets the feel for that curveball as well, that's 2 weapons he can use to his advantage.
One down here in the second inning brings up Franchi Cordero. 271, 6 homers, and 17 runs batted in. And the breaking ball, drop it in there for a strike. Five career starts for Anderson against the Padres, 1-1 with a nifty 1.80 earned run average in his career. Last words against the Angels, allowed 4 earned runs in 5 innings. Took the loss in the Rockies' 8-0 defeat against the Angels. That one will drop in there for strike 2. Franchi Cordero now, and as you just saw, Franmil Reyes getting ready for his first major league at bat in the second inning.
It's nice for Franmil to see 5 hitters before him to get a good look at Anderson.
That's on the corner, and Cordero strikes out. First strikeout for Tyler Anderson.
Well, we've got an interesting zone tonight, and as long as it's consistent from both sides, you really can't have a problem with that. That's a fastball 94 just off the plate a little bit, so you better be hacking.
Well, the introduction of Franmil Reyes. His mom, Dominga Uribe, is here to see him play. 346, 14 homers, 38 runs batted in El Paso this year, earning the call up today. First pitch of his major league career is taken for strike 1. .65, 275, 22 years of age, signed as a free agent at 16. And is down here 0-2. He and Franchi Cordero signed the same day, November 1st of 2011.
You know, the impressive thing about Franmil is that we saw video on him, his home runs going the opposite way with some pop.
Five in a row retired by Tyler Anderson to begin his night. Now 1-2 pitch coming up here to Reyes. Swing and a miss, and Franmil Reyes strikes out in his first big league at bat. Play 2 without a score tonight in San Diego. Value Casino trivia question. And the question tonight, Ricky Henderson recorded his 3,000th career hit against the Rockies in 01. Name the other two players who also recorded their 3,000th hit against the Rockies. Ichiro did it in 16 and Craig Biggio in 07.
I remember Craig Biggio tried to stretch into a double. He was thrown out at second base. So credit him with the single for his 3,000th hit and then enter him into the Hall of Fame. And Ichiro will be there someday as well.
Daniel Castro leading it off here into his 8th game with the Rockies. And a chopper to third base at the lip of the grass. Villanueva fires to first for out number 1. Time now for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Sometimes you got to be quick and you can't have time to go to the bare hand. So what does Jose Perella do? This was yesterday in the 8th inning. Colton Wong, glove to glove. To Sir with glove. The nice flip. And you know what the key there is? There's a key to that play. And I learned from Tony Muser, one of the coaches back in the day with the Padres who worked with the infielders. When you glove the ball like this, you can't flip it like that because you'll get that big hump. You got to have stiff wrist like this. And I'm serious here. Stiff wrist, push it like that. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like that rather than like that. Because if you do that, it's going to get caught in the webbing and it's going to go up like that, a little humpy hump. And it's not going to be as quick. So in the glove, kind of push it a little bit rather than flip it and get it there on the line. Does that make sense?
Sure. Wish you had told me you were going to throw it at me before you did, though. It would have helped.
Well,
a little heads up. Maybe like, hey, I'm going to flip.
You got to be ready at all times, Donnie.
Tyler Anderson.
Expect the unexpected.
Hit my boiler first.
At least you kept it in front of you.
Yeah. 070 is Anderson, 3rd big league season. Does have a home run in his career this year, 0 for 10.
Thank you for allowing me that instructional.
Oh, yeah. Anytime.
There's been times when you've cut me off completely. Sorry, not enough time.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
I usually ask you with 2 outs on purpose so that it's canceled.
And then the ball's put in play, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's canceled. 2-2 pitch. Slap foul off to the left, out of play.
Anderson, pretty good athlete, swinging the bat there. Behind on that fastball.
It's now 5 in a row, retired by Joey Lucchesi. He hasn't walked anybody. Struck out 1 through 2 1/3 innings so far tonight.
Well, I'm guessing here, fastball away, heads up, left side of the infield, Galvis Villanueva, because Anderson would probably be late on it, so probably a grounder that side if put in play. That's if he hits his spot.
Ball 4, and down to first base goes Tyler Anderson. Last thing he wanted to do there was walk the pitcher.
Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand at home, in the office, or go to MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium along with watching live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
1 down, 1 on, and the top of the order, Charlie Blackmon coming up. Charlie grounded out to shortstop in the first inning, 0 for 1. Players with 70+ home runs, 70+ stolen bases since 2015. That's a special group right there. Guys with speed and power. Mike Trout, Paul Goldschmidt, Charlie Blackmon, and Mookie Betts.
Yeah, and not your prototypical leadoff guy, but we mentioned earlier he brings so much to the table leading off that why not bat him leadoff? You want to spark early? Charlie Blackmon's your guy.
And you want him at the plate as much as possible.
Yes. And I guess fastballs down the middle tonight don't count as strikes, as Joey Lucchesi got squeezed on that first pitch of this at-bat.
One is going to be to shallow center. Margot charged in, but he's got to play it on a hop and throws back into the infield, gets away. Lucchesi backing it up. And a single for Charlie Blackmon. It's his second Rockies hit. All of a sudden, Colorado has runners at first and second.
I don't know whether Manuel was fooled by this swing. There's a two-seam fastball, belt high. Looks like it kind of got in on him a little bit. Let's check what Manuel does there. It kind of held his ground a little bit.
Froze a little, I think.
Yeah. And, you know, you have to respect the power of Charlie Blackmon. Down by the label, and it deadened that ball a little bit. At least it kept it in front of him. And the Rockies playing station to station here in the third.
2 on, 1 away, and it brings up Noel Cuevas. Gets the arms out of the way and takes ball 1. .314 average so far for Cuevas. 40th pitch of the night coming up for Joey Lucchesi. Working here with 2 on and 1 out. He backs off. Two and 0. Go into left center now, gap out in right center. And Anderson at second, Blackmon at first, and 1 down. That is a foul ball. Very sharply, but foul.
A loud strike. A good hack, considering the count for Cuevas. And there's nothing that one good old pitch down in the zone and getting a grounder won't help out here for a double play for Joey Lucchesi. Work down, work for a grounder, take your chance.
Two balls and a strike. Runners at first and second, 1 down. Lucchesi backing off again. Popped up. Hosmer on the dirt of the infield will make the catch as he steps back onto the outfield. 2 down. It's time now for the Kia drive to success. Career slugging percentage against left-handed pitching, 4th in that category. Nolan Arenado among active players. Giancarlo Stanton, Ryan Braun, Paul Goldschmidt. And Josh Donaldson right in behind Arenado. 591. So 2 on, 2 down. And here is Arenado.
Yeah, and with those numbers, this is where Joey Lucchesi's really got to bear down. He made an 0-2 mistake his first time up. He singled, held him to 1 base, but we know the damage that Arenado can do.
That's in there for a strike. Good start.
Got the call. That fastball has a little bit of cut action to it.
Daniel Castro grounded out to begin the inning. Then the walk of Tyler Anderson, the pitcher. A single by Charlie Blackmon. Cuevas popped out to first. 2 on, 2 down. And 1-1 pitch coming up here to Nolan Arenado.
And infielders getting dirty. Anything to your right or left, diving distance, you got to knock that ball down, prevent Anderson from scoring.
Late emergency swing, and that ends up in the Padres dugout. That was a hot shot. Over there in a hurry. Looks like everybody's all right.
That's why you always have to keep your eye on the ball. In the dugout, sure, you're talking with teammates, talking strategy. Keep your eye on that baseball coming in hot.
Check swing, call the ball. 2-2.
You think he went on that?
Let's take a look. Nope.
No, I don't think he went either. You see how he led with his hands? Kind of like he started to swing and then recognized he went, and then he just pushed his hands. I think that's great, quick recognition right there by Nolan Arenado.
Deuces are wild on the scoreboard and left. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And a liner foul off to the right out of play. Well, Casey taking a lot of time between pitches here with the man on, has slowed it up here. And Anderson at second, Blackman at first, 2 down here in the 3rd inning. A battle between Joey Lucchesi and Nolan Arenado. Full count now. The runners will get a start here to add to it.
Make sure you give the second, sure it's the pitcher Anderson on second base, but give him 2 or 3 looks. Maybe even a courtesy spin move to second base, the no throw kind. You don't have to throw to second, just to maybe keep him close so he doesn't get too big of a secondary lead.
Line to left center field. That's going to get in for a hit. Here comes Anderson around from second. He will score. The third goes Blackman on an RBI single by Nolan Arenado, and the Rockies strike first on top 1-0. Second hit of the night for Arenado, and this one drives in a run.
Both hits tonight with 2 strikes. In the first inning, 0-2, took it the other way for the single. Here in the third, works the count full, pulls it to the left center field gap. That is clutch hitting, and I tell you what, it's lucky that ball doesn't get by Franchi Cordero and left. He kind of tried to get in front of that one, then played it off to the side. Possibly another run could have come across for Colorado.
First and third, 2 down, and it gives Trevor Story a chance. Story coming off a 4 RBI game on Saturday. And a 4 RBI game on Friday, 2 back-to-back over the weekend. Runners in scoring position has been very good as well. 353, 3 homers and 23 runs batted in. This will be pitch number 25 of the inning for Joey Lucchesi. And it's to center field. Margot over towards right center. Will get there to make the catch. That ends the inning. The Rockies strike first, take a 1-0 lead. On the majors. Well, Ozzie Albies, Braves' surprising leader in the National League East, and he's a big part of it. 13 home runs, tied for the Major League lead. And Paul Goldschmidt has a 5-game. The D-backs have a 5-game losing streak. He has hit a .210 during that stretch, and the Dodgers off to their worst start through 40 games since 1958. They are 16-24 at this stage, and that has been a real surprise. But then again, they've had a great many injuries as well.
Yeah, the starting rotation for the Braves doing a great job. They're third in the National League in ERA. Their bullpen also in the top 6. They are actually 6th in the NL. And Goldie struggling in Copper Square. And even when he's struggling, the Diamondbacks find them in first place, ahead by 2.5 games going into tonight. And the Dodgers, man, they are in trouble.
Freddie Galvis leading it off here in the 3rd inning. So far, Tyler Anderson has 4 ground ball outs, 2 strikeouts. He has retired the first 6 Padres that he's faced in the game. And Galvis grounds a fair ball down the 3rd base line to the left field corner. Galvis headed for 2 as Parra digs it out, and Galvis around second base. Leadoff double, first hit of the night for the Padres is an extra base hit.
Always got to love the leadoff of any inning being an extra base hit. You stay out of the double play, and that was a changeup that Freddie caught way out in front. You can see the barrel up on top of that baseball out in front, and how close, right over the bag. Good call by David Rackley, the 3rd base umpire. Scoots down into that corner for the lead-off double, his 4th of the year for Freddie.
So Galvis at second to start things, and now A.J. Ellis will take ball 1. First AB of the night for A.J. into catching and into his 16th game of the year. 289, no homers, and 2 runs batted in for Ellis. Bluff off the backside, spiraling was Anderson, but no throw. Tyler Anderson had retired the first 6 Padres he faced before the double by Galvis. Padres trying to answer the run put together by the Rockies in the top of the 3rd inning. 30th pitch of the night coming up here for Tyler Anderson. Ellis will hit one in the air down the right field line. Over goes Cuevas into the corner, and he won't have a play. That first row of seats. Cuevas going as far as he could over there by the 322 marker down the right field line. Foul ball makes it 2-1.
Well, they have stats for everything. With runners on second base for Tyler Anderson this year, they're hitting at .429.
Drop in there for strike 2. Also the look back at the home plate umpire Larry Van Over. On the ground towards second base, Castro looks towards third but throws to first, and Ellis getting the job done as Galvis takes third base, moving that runner along. Brought his hands in and was able to go the other way with that.
AJ would have loved to square something up and drive that runner in, being Freddie Galvis. Now the pitcher coming up, Joey Lucchesi. And I'm telling you, in a situation like this, a safety squeeze would work quite nicely. If you've got a pitcher up there who can handle the bat, put down a perfect bunt as they bring the infield in. There's that infield for the Rockies on the grass.
Casey at the plate so far in his major league career, 0 for 13. So looking for that first elusive major league hit. A good time as any.
Just try to avoid the strikeout, play a little pepper.
Tying run 90 feet away, and Freddie Galvis, who doubled to begin this inning. Two and one. Tyler Anderson making his 9th start for the Rockies on the year. That is strike two, 2-2. Over the fastball at 93.
Well, Bud Black bringing that infield in with the 1 out here and the pitcher up. You might think that runs might be at a premium and trying to cut down that run rather than trying to play back for the sure out against the pitcher. Cuts down the range. Joey just needs to put the ball in play here.
Full count now. At the top of the order, Manuel Margot waiting on deck as the Padres bat here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That is ball 4, and he walks Lucchesi. So both starting pitchers in this game have walked their counterpart. Lucchesi walked Anderson, and then as it turns out, Anderson walks Lucchesi. When the Padres hit 2 home runs in a single game, tweet at Fox Sports SD using the hashtag #HitToGetTo for your chance to win 4 new Hankook tires, brought to you by Evans Tire and Service Centers. First walk given up by Tyler Anderson. 1st and 3rd, 1 down, and here's Manuel Margot. Rounded out to second base, first time up. Chops it down the 3rd baseline, foul. And Arenado caught it barehanded. Last 7 games, Manuel hitting at .320. Really started to pick it up. Primarily hitting towards the bottom of the order. Back up on top in the leadoff spot and taking a long look down at Glenn Hoffman in the thereabouts region of the 3rd base coach's box. Dropping the bunt down. There's your safety squeeze. There comes Galvis, and everybody's safe. And the Padres tie the score 1-1.
I love it. It's a free run. Bat control, run around 3rd equals free run. Manuel Margot has to push that bunt, get it down on the ground. The runner at 3rd, Freddie Galvis, as soon as he sees that ball off the bat, watch Freddie. Down to the ground, gotta go. There's no way that they're gonna field that ball and throw out that runner on a tag play. Perfectly executed, and we're knotted up at 1.
2 on, 1 away, a run in. And Hosmer in on the left side as a back out. Anderson has given up his first run of his outing.
That was pretty, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Done to perfection.
It was like that filet mignon last time in Denver. It was cooked to perfection, the way you love it, Don Orsillo. That play, cooked to perfection. The recipe was there. They mixed all the ingredients. Voila, enjoy.
The 1 pitch. In there for strike 2. Hosmer grounded out to first baseman Ian Desmond in the 1st inning. 4-for-1 in the ball game, and getting his 2nd look at the left-hander Tyler Anderson. Chops one towards first. It's Desmond again who will tag the bag. 2nd time Hosmer has gone in that direction. Runners do move along though as Lucchesi takes 3rd base. Margot will take 2nd with 2 down. That'll give Jose Perella a chance. Perella grounded out to third base in the first inning, 0 for 1. Fouled off, out of play. Well, the Rockies have lost 4 of their last 5 games. And their starting pitchers posting a 6.07 earned run average during that time. Padres trying to keep that trend going for the Rockies, who had jumped out to a 1-0 lead, but Padres have tied it up here 1-1. Now looking for more. And runners at second and third and 2 down. That'll get away. Lucchesi kind of late in breaking, and they're going to get him by a lot at the plate. Lucchesi did not break right away, and by the time he did, Iannetta was able to get it and throw plateward, and Lucchesi tagged out to end the inning. He has not moved yet. Now he does, and it ends up being too late. Game tied 1-1. Well, score tied 1-1. Both teams getting a run in the third inning. The Padres pitcher Clayton Richard and his wife Ashley are pleased to announce their 2018 Uncork for a Cause charity program with a special event to raise awareness and funding for Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater San Diego. Clayton, his teammates, and special guests will gather June 3rd from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Omni San Diego Hotel adjacent to Petco Park. Join us for the release party of Clayton's very own 2015 Sonoma Reserve Red Wine, available only during this event. Admission includes food, beer, and wine, plus complimentary limited edition of Clayton's red wine, of which only 1 barrel was produced. For more information, sponsorships, and to purchase tickets, visit uncorkforacause.com.
Yeah, pop the corks for a great cause. Let's see how Joey Lucchesi reacts after that base running last half inning. I'm just glad, I'll be quite honest with you, Don, that anytime a pitcher, not used to running the bases and tries to slide like that, I'm just glad nobody got hurt.
And Desmond leading it off here in the fourth inning. Desmond struck out swinging in the second, 0 for 1. Lucchesi's got a strikeout, he's got a walk.
This is where he's got to put Desmond away. Make short work of the Rocky hitter. He's been struggling.
Out is Desmond, Iannetta, and Parra scheduled to bat here in the 4th inning for the Rockies. Strike 3 call, and Desmond knew it. Takes with him the 2nd strikeout for Lucchesi. 2nd time he's been down by way of the K.
Boy, the struggles continue. That's a high fastball, legitimate strike right below the belt buckle, and the two-seam fastball up. Desmond not being able to pull the trigger.
One down here in the 4th inning for Lucchesi, and it brings up Chris Iannetta, the veteran catcher in his 2nd stint now with the Colorado Rockies. It's a high fly ball to left field. Frenchie Cordero's out there in left. And Frenchie makes the catch for out number 2.
Gotta love those quick outs.
Two down here in the 4th inning, and it brings up Gerardo Parra. Grounded out to second base in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Open stance from Parra from the left side. And they're playing him dramatically to go the other way. Center fielder Manuel Margot well into left center field. And well off the line in right field is Franmil Reyes as well. Line down the left field line. That is a foul ball. Indication by third base umpire David Rackley.
I was just going to say, that was a great piece of hitting right there by Parra. I mean, that was his intent, trying to take that ball down and away and spank it that way, flirting with that left field line. Yeah, that's foul. You can really tell from that angle. It's a good shot right there.
Desmond struck out, Iannetta flied out, Parra down to the count 0-2, rounded out to second base first time up.
See if Joey makes him chase that high fastball. Maybe pepper it down and away.
Grounded softly towards the first base side, and Lucchesi cuts it off, flips underhanded to first, has a 1-2-3 inning on 8 pitches. Game tied 1-1. By Jack in the Box this season. Padres home run score free jumbo jacks only at Jack in the Box. And by Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. On to the bottom of the fourth inning, and Jose Perella, Christian Villanueva, and Franchi Cordero scheduled to bat here in the fourth inning. 5-game hitting streak for Perella. Not have a hit tonight. Grounded out to third base first time up. Padres has been held to 2 hits, and both coming in the third inning. The leadoff double by Freddie Galvis. The RBI bunt single for Manuel Margot. And tie this game 1-1. Fastball, and it was up at 93.
That is a tough pitch to get to with the barrel. Hands got to be in, but also up in the zone like that to really get it on its way. On the line to try to put it out of the ballpark. Ooh, the quick pitch. Anderson not going with the full-on leg kick there. And we've seen that many times from this left-hander. Trying to disrupt the timing of the Padre hitters.
His 50th pitch of the night coming up here. That time he kind of just hung there. Trying to do a little something different every time.
And he also tried to throw the change up there with the full-on leg kick, working the count full.
The breakdown in the first 50 pitches, 33 of which have been strikes. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Perella. Third K for Anderson. One down here in the fourth inning.
Just challenged him. 3-2 count. I'm going to throw you a fastball. It's a four-seamer. He wanted it in, but it works just as well right down the heart of the plate. I'd like to see him maybe cut down a little bit on that 3-2 count there. That was really a big swing. Hand coming off the bat, trying to launch.
Villanueva grounded out his first time to third base to his counterpart Nolan Arenado in the second inning. 0 for 1. Villanueva against the Rockies April 3rd had a 3-home run game. Has 5 home runs in his career against the Rockies. And a chopper foul outside of third. Now before April the 27th, he was hitting at .355 in 72 plate appearances, .444 on base percentage. How about the slugging percentage? And 7 home runs, but since has not been good. This one to left, and that's it for a base hit. Brings up a string of 0 for his last 37.
Boy, if anyone needed that, it's Christian Villanueva. I just see Christian looking, kind of hold back the smiles there. He wants that baseball. He kind of motioned towards the bench like, hey, can I get that baseball as a memento? He fights this one off. Hands are in. And getting back to that graphic, you know, it's a game of adjustments. We talk about that all the time. And word travels quickly. Pitchers were looking at the scouting reports, looking at the way he was being successful and executing pitches to keep him quiet. So now it's his turn to turn it around.
This one is turned around foul off to the left out of play. Franchi Cordero struck out looking in the second inning. 0 for 1. 3 strikeouts on the night for Tyler Anderson. Six home runs on the year for Franchi. On deck is Franmil. His first major league at bat, struck out swinging. For the first, and back to the bag, Villanueva. Well, struck out to begin the inning. Villanueva with a base hit to left. Broke up a string for Villanueva. He had been 0 for his last 37. This one cranked foul to the backstop, 1-2.
That was a pitch that Franchi could have done some damage with to the opposite field. And with that said, Gerardo Parra is playing just in that position. He's hugging that line a little bit. As Anderson pitches Cordero away.
On the ground, softly hit to the first baseman. Desmond is second for one. No return to first. They do get the lead runner in Villanueva. 3-6 on the force out. And Cordero will reach it first with now 2 down in the inning.
That's good pitching right there by Anderson. Away, fouled it off, and then jammed him inside. Could not get extended for the weak ground ball to the right side.
Well, Franmil coming up here. Reyes and his ranks. AAA in El Paso. First in home runs, first in RBIs, first in OPS, tied for first in runs, and second in extra base hits. He's leading all of baseball, not just the minors, but the majors, with his 14 home runs so far this year. The top 30 prospect list on MLB.com. And was eligible to be taken in the Rule 5 draft during the offseason, but no team picked him, as the Padres left him unprotected. But here he is in the major leagues after a fantastic start in El Paso. Big cut there, and he's down 0-1.
And believe me, the opposing pitchers know those numbers. They have the ability to, let's face it, with technology these days, see the pitches that he crushes. Oh, Mom, hoping for the big one. Just a big league knock would be nice.
Gets the arms out of the way and takes a pitch up and in.
I thought it was impressive, though, Don. Remember, we saw the home runs? Opposite field. Tremendous opposite field pop for Franmil.
We have seen him in each of the last 2 spring trainings. Not to a huge extent, but he's gotten into some games that we have watched during the spring. Strike call on, I was going to say the outside corner, but that was more down the middle. 1-2. Runner goes, and the man been picked off. Throw down to second. And what are we going to say here?
Balk?
Balk being charged.
Oh, I'm gathering that Hunter Wendelstedt, the first base umpire, has called a balk on Anderson. Let's check it out. Does he cross the plane or does he step too far? Oh, it looks like he maybe stepped too far.
Forward?
Towards home plate, correct. Why? What's that a balk for?
The first base umpire, Hunter Wendelstedt, made the call and explained. So on the balk, Cordero at second base now in scoring position for Reyes.
Don, kind of tough to tell whether he crossed the plane of the pitcher's plate with his kick foot or if he stepped too far. I'm going to guess the latter.
I think he might have done both. Looking at that,
yeah.
The first time.
He may have.
Yes. Franmil Reyes' mom looking on here in his major league debut, second at bat.
How nice would it be? First major league hit, first major league RBI right here.
Foul back to the screen, and it hangs at 1-2. 94-mile-an-hour fastball to him there.
And he does not get cheated. He is not feeling for the baseball. He is attacking the baseball with that swing. Remember, the changeup, his best secondary pitch for Anderson. With a swing like that, it'd be a pretty good idea for a pitcher to take the sting out of it and pull the string on that changeup. Watch out for a throw down to second base also, possibly. Thrown behind the runner or a pickoff.
Ellison going back and forth here with Iannetta. Now let's see the signs again. And Ienetta's going to reel through him again as she peers in. It's one to work with, and here's a 1-2 pitch. Down and in, has Reyes moving his feet. Strikeout start of the inning. Villanueva with a single to left field. Cordero grounded into the fielder's choice. They raced Villanueva at second, then the balk got Cordero to second base where he is now. Ready with a 2-2 pitch. Reyes hits it on the ground to short. Story will go to first and just uncorked that throw. Here comes Franchi Cordero, and the Padres will take a 2-1 lead. Errant throw by Trevor Story, the shortstop. Just uncorked that throw up and over the first baseman, Ian Desmond. Error charge of the shortstop, no RBI, and the Padres are pulled ahead 2-1.
As soon as this ball left the hand of Story, you could tell that he was going to airmail this one. And did you see Trevor's reaction too? As soon as that ball left his hand, he knew that he worked underneath that one and launched it to the net. Big break for the Padres.
2 down, Reyes at first, and now Galvis taking it the other way into right field. Reyes will stop at second on the second hit of the night for Freddie Galvis, who's 2 for 2.
It's a way to shorten up. Freddie pulled the ball for the double his first time up. That one right there, it's down the middle, but hands first. Barrow will follow, and he spanks that one to right for the safety. Just out of the reach of Castro.
Two on, 2 down, a run in, and A.J. Ellis coming up. Trevor Story's miscue has given the Padres the lead on top 2-1. Ellis grounded out to second base first time up, riding a 3-game hitting streak. And taking strike 1. On the ground to short. Story will go to second the easy way for the force out that ends the inning. Padres get the go-ahead run, lead it 2-1 to the 5th we go.
With the San Diego Padres on November 1st of 2011, and it's like, I'm gonna say, Franchi's been a really example for me. I look at Franchi as an example. Very good player. his discipline with his teammates and the support he gives to the young guys, it's awesome. And Frenchie's a guy to follow.
And that was Franmil Reyes talking about Franchi Cordero. The two of them were actually roommates in the Dominican before they were signed by the Padres. And Franchi sent out a tweet earlier today saying, "Welcome to the show," when Franmil was called up. Mud, this is what it's about for these guys, right? The relationships that you build along the way in this game.
No question, Annie, and that's a great story. Thank you very much. And you know what I see there, Don and Annie, is that two teammates that in a close fraternity of baseball players that become brothers and root for one another. That's when you know it's really something special. Each guy's rooting for the next guy, his buddy, to actually try to do better than he himself, right? I want you to do better than I did, and it's just a competition, and everybody's happy, and it's a great story.
That's amazing. They were signed the same day.
Yeah.
And it's 16.
I thought it was very neat how Franmil came up with that date. It was like it's probably a date he thinks about and is grateful for each and every day, right?
Absolutely. Well, Daniel Castro leading it off here for the Rockies in the 5th inning. And I think they are the corner outfielders tonight, with Cordero in left and Reyes in right. In the air to left field for Castro. Struck pretty well. Back at the wall, and it's gone. So as the Padres lead with one swing of the bat, this game is tied again. Daniel Castro gets his first home run. And it is 2-2. Kind of a golf swing here out of the yard.
Well, it's a 1-1 pitch. It looked like it was a breaking ball down. Let's take another look. Yes, it is. It's a breaking ball down out of the zone. And you're right. He just golfs his ball. He goes out and gets it, keeps the head down, speeds up his bat, sends it on its way for the home run.
Now the pitcher Tyler Anderson, who walked and scored in the 3rd inning.
Joey Lucchese and A.J. Ellis, Darren Balsey, they will take that information and store it, put it in the scouting report. It wasn't the pitch, it was just the location of the pitch.
Chopped off the plate, will go down the first baseline, foul. Over the mound and into center field, out of the reach of Freddie Galvis. So Anderson on for the 2nd time tonight. Walked the 1st time. Now a single bounding back up the middle into center.
Did you see Joey's reaction on that? It's almost as if he kind of held up because he didn't want to deflect that ball, thinking that Freddie Galvis was playing behind him. Let's watch Joey as this ball is hit right over his glove. He kind of pulled back a little bit, or maybe it was by him. He didn't have a chance. Maybe it was the latter.
A home run and a single here for the Rockies to open up the 5th inning, and brings up Charlie Blackmon. Now you get into the really the heart of this order, the toughest part, the top, and it starts with Charlie Blackmon, who is 1 for 2 on the night. Rolls it over, foul. Well, that's time for the Lowe's whole team together. Colorado leads the majors with 23 home runs off left-handed pitching. Trevor Story's got 5. Charlie Blackmon, the man at the plate, with 4. DJ LeMahieu's got 4. Arenado with 3, and Desmond with 3.
We talked about 1 through 4, right? And you saw LeMahieu there. You saw Blackmon. Not only hitters just hitting for average, but some serious pop. And you know what? As a pitcher, if you can get through that part of the lineup and put up zeros, you're doing something really special. On the other hand, for the Rockies, it's a good way to get on the board first.
One hopper to shortstop. Galvis will go to second for 1. On to first for 2. Double play. 6-4-3 on the twin killing. You're doing something if you're able to get Charlie Blackmon to roll into a DP, and they just did.
Got that right. Charlie Blackmon, that is his third time grounding into a double play. Great feed to Perella. Watch Freddie get ready. Good position, back foot loaded up. Perella, the tag, the throw. Very nice.
Well, Cuevas will take strike one. Cuevas has grounded out to third and popped out to first. In the air to deep left field. Back goes Cordero. At the wall, it's gone. Line drive home run for Cuevas. Couple of first home runs tonight. Castro earlier in this inning, and now Cuevas has homered as well, and the Rockies on 2 solo shots have taken a 3-2 lead.
Castro was a breaking ball down and in. This is a 2-seam fastball. Middle in, up, and a nice job by Cuevas. Watch that barrel stay through the zone nicely, level through the zone. And I would say, judging by that sound, he squared that one up nicely. Got out in a hurry.
That's his first major league home run. Fouled off at the plate. And no, it wasn't. He's out. It's in front of the plate. So A.J. Ellis grabbing it, just plying the tag on Arenado. That'll work, but 2 runs in the inning for the Rockies, who lead it 3-2.
Tough situation, tough hood, but I always had food on the table, so that's what all that matters, you know. My father, my mom, they always worked to put food on the table, so that was a big deal for us.
Catch a full interview with Padres shortstop Freddie Galvis, where he talks with Mike Pomeranz about his journey from a small town in Venezuela to playing in the big leagues. This one is rifled down the left field line off the bat of Matt Caesar, who's into second base with a double to begin things here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Caesar pinch hitting for Joey Lucchesi here in the 5th inning, and he has doubled to start the bottom of the 5th.
Short, quick to the baseball. We know that Matt Caesar has that type of swing. He can spray it over the whole diamond. This is a 2-seamer down and in. He's catching it out in front. Even Arenado can't get it. Boy, I am really surprised that Arenado does not come up with that one. I mean, the guy's won, what, 5 Gold Gloves? And anytime a ball gets by him.
5 straight. Well, at second base is Caesar, top of the order. Manuel Margot coming up. And that is ball one. Looking forward to seeing that interview tonight.
Yeah.
With Freddie Galvis, who's a terrific guy. It's on Inside San Diego Sports, and it's actually not tonight. It is tomorrow night after Padres Live. So look forward to that. Inside San Diego Sports. Caesar at second, and Margot will take a full hack here and foul it back. 1-1. It's time now for the Coors Light refreshing finish. And the safety squeeze earlier dropped down by Manuel Margot to perfection. At the time, but the Padres in a great spot. Freddie Galvis would score, tying the score, and actually took the lead in the next inning, but now trail 3-2.
That whole play is predicated on bat control from who is ever at the plate. And you know what? Managers put that on when they have confidence in a kid who can do that, and that being Manuel Margot. There are sometimes when a guy's at the plate and you're thinking about that play, it's like, well, can this guy handle the bat like that? Can he put the ball where he wants it? So there's a couple of factors for a manager to put that play on.
Joey Lucchese's night over after throwing 71 pitches through 5 innings. Gave up 2 home runs in the 5th inning, and his outing coming up a little shorter than usual or expected. Line to left. Horace started in, now goes back and makes the catch. His first step was in, but he recovers on a leap at the end to make the grab. Whoa. 1 down.
You talk about recovery time. There's got to be an instant right about there where Parra's like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? And then he twists and turns. Antiem, it's a twister. And he comes up with it for the catch. Twists one way, redirects the other, and makes a one heck of a spectacular play to save a run and extra bases. Wow.
75th pitch of the night coming up for Tyler Anderson. In the dirt. Hosmer 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice to first base. A double start of this inning for Caesar. Padres trailing by a run. A tying run out there at second base. Ball to strike to Hosmer. Do you think it was a quick hook tonight of Joey Lucchese?
I thought so. I thought we were going to see more of him trailing by a run. But you know what? I always kind of write in my book, MC, manager's choice. Andy Green knows more about Joey Lucchese and his pitches, what he saw.
71 pitches through 5 innings.
It is the 3rd time around. Whether that is a factor or not remains to be seen. Next inning would have been Trevor Story, Desmond, Iannetta, 3rd time around.
Right center field for Hosmer. That's going to get down. From second base comes Caesar to tie this game at 3. Throw goes to second base, but standing there with an RBI double is Eric Hosmer, and it is 3-3.
Two-seam oh, I take that back. Maybe it looks like a 4-seam fastball, and Eric Hosmer does a good job of getting his hands in, getting the barrel out in front, and letting it eat. Splitting the right center field gap. That is just good hitting. 3rd time around after grounding to first weekly for Hosmer. He put a hurting on that pitch to score Caesar.
Now Jose Pirela 0 for 2. Bounces in, blocked by Iannetta.
So Joey Lucchese spits the hook. I love that term, spit the hook. You like it?
It's okay. As a fisherman, I don't like it when they spit the hook. You know, I'm against it.
Do you remember a pitcher by the name of Kelly Downs?
Yes.
I played with him in San Francisco. He had this thing to where if you were the starting pitcher, you were on the bench and you spit the hook, he would come up to you and act like he had a needle, a syringe in his hand, and he'd give you a tetanus shot for spitting the hook. He'd come up to your shoulder and like jab it in there and give you the shot. The tetanus shot for spitting the hook. That was his thing to do. No L for you tonight.
Taking off for third is Hosmer. Throw to third is going to be picked by Arenado, but no play there. Stolen base for Eric Hosmer.
You know, there are some times when pitchers will one look a runner at second base, and that's where good base running comes into play. You don't have to have blazing speed. It's the high leg kick as well. Plus you have the front door closed with that right-handed hitter. So a lot going on in favor of Eric Hosmer, moving ahead 90 feet.
And a good slide too to the outfield side of third base. 90 feet away with only one out, and a chance here for Perel to put the Padres back on top. Rockies bring the infield in, and Perella takes strike one. A back and forth battle here tonight at Petco Park. Tie game right now. Jolts it foul off to the right, out of play. Christian Villanueva, base hit his last time up. Waits on deck here. Padres batting in the home half of the fifth. They'll be going to the bullpen as Lucchesi was hit for in this inning. Popped up. Back goes the second baseman Castro. In comes Cuevas. He'll make the catch, and too close to try for Hosmer. He'll remain at third base.
There's still a chance here for Joey Lucchesi to be on the W side if the Padres score in this inning and maintain that lead.
Christian Villanueva grounded out at third base in the second, single to left in the fourth, 1 for 2. Foul back below us. Line foul. .85 pitches right now for Tyler Anderson. There is action in the Rockies' pen. In the dirt, and Iannetta able to block it.
Heads up on third base, that ball in the dirt. Hosmer's got to get a good secondary lead.
Might have gone. They checked. No, he did not.
Ooh. Did the Padres catch a break here? Oh. That barrel of the bat looked like it went out in front of his hands. Make it hurt right here for Christian Villanueva.
Up high, ball 3. That is Brian Shaw, who is up in the pen right now for the Rockies. 2 down, runner at third here in the fifth.
See if he throws some off speed right here. With first base open, you've got a lefty on deck. Buddy Black, as you mentioned, has got Shaw up in the bullpen.
Popped up left side of the infield. Shortstop Trevor Story will make the catch that ends the inning, but the Padres able to tie the score as Eric Hosmer doubles to the gap in right center field. It scores Matt Caesar and ties this game. Rockies and Padres tied 3-3 to the 6th we go. squeeze drop down by Margot. Pretty Galvis would score to tie it up. Franmil Reyes reaching at first on the airmail throw by Trevor Story that would score Frenchie Cordero. Then the home run. Daniel Castro sending one to left field for his first of the year. And for Cuevas, his first of his career. Line drive home run. But the Padres come back and tie it up. 3-3 on the gapper by Hosmer that scores Matt Caesar. And it's 3-3 as we head here into the 6th inning.
Is it going to be one of those games back and forth?
Guess so. Kazuhisa Makita back in the big leagues in a bunt bid here. And the throw from Makita is going to be just in time to get Trevor Story. Story trying to bunt his way on.
Yeah, number 4 hitter has got some pop. And Makita positions himself perfectly. He plants that back foot, barehanded grab, gets him by a quarter step. A lot going on there. He's got to get there quickly, and then the quick, accurate throw and a nice stretch towards the second base side for Eric Hosmer.
So one down here in the 6th inning brings up Ian Desmond. He's jumping on that first pitch too. So Makita is back in the big leagues.
His 15th game. Saw him in the clubhouse before the game, and hard holding back the smiles being back in the big leagues.
Liner into center field off the bat of Desmond, a 1-out base hit. After striking out twice against Luke Casey, gets a single here off Makita. Chris Iannetta will be next here. 0 for 2. He is flied out deeply to right onto the warning track and flied out to left last time up. That's with one down and Ian Desmond at first base.
Remember when Kaz was sent down, and Andy Green mentioned about just executing pitches, you know, to left-handers in particular. And I remember talking to Andy in spring training about, you know, he doesn't throw that hard, but if he executes his pitches, he's going to be very, very effective with that high fastball to righties and lefties alike.
Runner goes, and it's fouled off.
And I'm not saying pitching up in the zone consistently. I mean, pitching down is effective as well because it gets that little two-seam action. But that high fastball from that arm angle is going to play big time at this level.
He's done well against the Rockies in 4 games against them. He's limited them to an .067 average, a 1.93 ERA. Liner the other way into right field. Desmond will take second on the single, and this throw back in gets away, but Villanueva backs it up at third base. First and second now with one down in the inning.
That ball got out there in a hurry. And once again, executing pitches, right? He wanted this one down and away, and it's just that little bit above the knee and catching too much of the plate that Iannetta takes advantage of that. And the strong arm from Franmil Reyes almost hitting the runner, Ian Desmond, at second base.
So 2 on 1 out, and it brings up Gerardo Parra. Parra 0 for 2 tonight, has grounded out to second and grounded back to the mound. Shoots one foul down the left field line, out of play. Back and forth we go, tied 3-3 right now.
Parra's grounded into 3 double plays this year. Perfect opportunity for a two-seamer down in the zone. Looks like a changeup at 73. Well, that ball is down out of the hand of Makita. That ball's going to have some good two-seam run action to it. And Parra has a tendency to pull that baseball on the ground. That's why the infield is pulled on the pull side.
In the air to right field. Back goes Reyes, looking up, and it is gone. A 3-run home run for Gerardo Parra. And a 6-3 Rockies lead for Parra, his second home run of the year. And the complexion of this one has changed in a heartbeat.
Once again, not executing pitches, not hitting his spots. Let's see where A.J. Ellis is set up. Inside. You know what? I take that back. He was in a little bit. Maybe catching too much of the plate. Parra got to that one. If that's where he wanted it, you got to tip your cap to Parra, but maybe that ball caught too much of the plate a little bit. Once again, just that little bit of difference. Talk about home runs. That's a huge home run.
Third home run of the night for Colorado. Makita able to get the first hitter in Story, but back-to-back hits and then the 3-run home run. Did he go? No. We'll check with Hunter Wintelstead, first base umpire. Daniel Castro has one of those 3 home runs and lifts a fly ball out to shallow right center. Margot will make the catch for round number 2. Makita now has 2 down here in the 6th inning and bring up Tyler Anderson. Pitcher batting for the 3rd time has had a very good night at the plate. Walked and scored in the 3rd, singled to center in the 5th. Well, that was against the Padres starter, Joey Lucchesi. Makita jumping ahead here, 0-2. Big 3-run shot for Gerardo Parra. Gets a game break coming up, as Anderson strikes out and ends the inning, but the damage done. 3-run shot makes it 6-3 Rockies. Where Andrew McCutchen gets a milestone, his 1,500th career hit, a double, part of a giant 6-4 lead in the 6th inning from San Francisco.
How about Andrew McCutchen, a 12-game hitting streak? And how about those Red Legs? They swept the Dodgers.
Playing good baseball.
Was it a 4-game series they swept the Dodgers? Oh my gosh. And the reason why I say that is because that's what's this great game of baseball. Cincinnati Reds going into tonight 14-27 after Brian Price was let go, Jim Riggleman taking over, and they've been playing well. You never know this great game.
Franchy Cordero leading it off here in the home half of the 6th inning. Padres with work to do now, trailing 6-3 in the game. And Franchy getting his 3rd plate appearance of the night. Struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Got into a fielder's choice and scored in the 4th. Quickly down 0-2. Kind of new life here for Tyler Anderson, working into the 6th inning with a 3-run pad. He's given up single runs in each of the last 3 innings.
He's the type of pitcher, Don, when you look at him, he gets in that rhythm, right? He starts to work quickly. He gets the feel for all of his pitches. Quick pitch there.
They shift on him as Franmil Reyes waits on deck. There's a grounder. The only guy left on the left side is Arenado, and the 3rd baseman just got it there. That looked pretty close. As Arenado was laid in he was coming from a weird spot, being the 3rd baseman normally, but in the shift there over in the shortstop spot. And apparently just did get it there in time.
That was really odd. He was taking his time. Look at that.
That's traveling.
Yeah. And oof, what's that, an 1/8 of a step?
Very close.
And you got to love Franchy Cordero giving you 90 feet, always hustling out of that box. He has tremendous speed.
Franmil Reyes will ground one to shortstop. Trevor Story. Low throw this time, but it's dug out by Desmond. 2 down.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
So 2 down here in the 6th, and it brings up Freddie Galvis. 2 for 2. Galvis doubling in the 3rd, singling in the 4th inning. And his 3rd look at Tyler Anderson tonight. Anderson trying to have a shutdown inning after his club put together 3 runs in the top half of this, the 6th inning. A fastball by him, 0-2. To left center field, Charlie Blackmon on the run will dive and not make the catch out there. So Galvis still running, is headed for 3rd, and he'll get there with a triple. Charlie Blackmon making a bid out there in left center field, laid it out, can't catch it. It gets by him, and Parra's got to run it down back at the track on the wall.
Well, that ball hung up there a long time, and you got to hold your breath because Charlie Blackmon looks like he was on the second base side of second base. This ball was hit, and it's a long run. He times it. How close? Oh. Just out of his reach. And Freddie Galvis, he sees where he's playing, so he's busting it just in case that ball gets by. And he's going to dirty up those britches just a little bit more just for show as he slides in for the triple. A home run shy of the cycle for Freddie Galvis.
Well, Tyler Anderson's night is over thanks to the 3rd hit of the night for Freddie Galvis, his 2nd triple of the year. Pitching change from Petco Park, 6-3 Rockies. of the 6th inning with 2 outs, and it's time now for the San Diego fans of the game. Padres baseball tonight from Petco Park in San Diego. Keep it score too.
Yeah, I love it. Got the clipboard there, got the lineups going over the hitters.
Brian Shaw comes into the game, first out of the pen for Colorado.
Well, one of those reliable arms. 23rd game already for Brian Shaw. High ERA, but this guy's got the potential of shutting down offenses all the way around. 19 strikeouts. Throws across his body, cut fastball, slider there at 95. A cutter at 95. That's pretty gnarly.
Freddie Galvis 90 feet away at third base. As A.J. Ellis 0 for 2 in the game. Will send one foul off to the right out of play. This has grounded out to second and grounded into a fielder's choice. A game for Freddie Galvis, 3 for 3. A double, a single, and a triple. Home run shy of hitting for the cycle. Where Spangenberg has come out on deck for the pitcher's spot. Liner into right field. Base hit for Ellis. From third comes Galvis, and the Padres collect their 4th run of the game. Opposite field RBI single for A.J. Ellis.
He got on top of that high fastball away. Good piece of hitting by the Padre catcher. Freddie will have a little bit of a rest as he scores. It's a cut fastball up. Get on top of it. AJ doing a nice job of getting his hands in there, inside out that baseball. Clutch 2-out knock.
Two down, Ellis at first base, and Spangenberg pinch hitting here. Swing and a miss at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Fights it off foul over and into the Rockies dugout. Of course, they're housed on the third base side here at Petco Park.
That was cued right off the end of the bat, looks like.
Fouls it off the other way this time outside of first.
Well, he's using the whole field. Corey Spangenberg going dugout to dugout.
Larry Vanover needs some new baseballs and gets a few. Brian Shaw first out of the pen has allowed an inherited runner to score. Closing the book on Tyler Anderson, who gives up 4 runs. That is strike 3. Spangenberg knew it. Takes with him the first K for Shaw. It ends the 6th. Padres get a run. 6-4 Rockies. To get to. By your San Diego Honda dealers. Visit us at sdhondadealers.com. And by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. Six to 4, the Rockies have the lead as we head here to the top of the 7th inning. Third pitcher of the night for San Diego after a great night tonight from Freddie Galvis. Matt Strom into the game.
Matt's third appearance. He made his second appearance of the season Friday. He tossed a hitless inning with a walk. It'll be lefty on lefty, Blackman, and then Cuevas and Arenado. Got to hold that 2-run deficit.
Kazuhisa Makita won an inning giving up 3 hits, 3 runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out a batter. Did he go? Yeah, he did. Third base umpire David Rackley making the indication. 0-2.
You can see where Matt Strom can really be difficult to hit. Even though he comes from the third base side of that pitcher's plate, he throws across his body. Oh, kneecaps and elbows coming at you.
The wildly popular number 55 he chooses to wear, which I still cannot believe has not been retired. 1-2. Yeah, is gonna miss, and Strom's gonna take a stroll. He thought it was strike 3.
He thought he was going to throw it around the horn. AJ Ellis sticks it on the outside corner. Matt's like, yeah, okay, throw it around the horn. I'll get it from. Wait a second, it wasn't. It was a ball.
Now a full count. In the air down the left field line, and being away if it gives it a look, but it's well back into the seats.
I was talking to Matt this past weekend at an event, the Children's Hospital Celebration of Champions. Matt took part in it. We're talking about his career and how, he blew out his knee, and he says, he's really excited. He's excited now, obviously, but the next off season and then going into next year, so he can get a full year of rehabbing and being able to work out that knee to where he's not having to worry about bouncing back in that rehab year, so to speak.
A healthy offseason entirely.
Correct. Said when he was a kid, that's all he wanted to be, was a big league baseball player. Wrote about it in school and didn't pick up velocity till like after his year in junior college.
It was ball 4, and he loses the leadoff hitter, and Charlie Blackman here in the 7th inning. That's just the second walk allowed tonight by Padres pitching, and Blackman aboard here to begin things in the 7th with Noel Cuevas coming up. Cuevas with a home run in the 5th inning, 1-for-3 in this game. On a strike to Cuevas. Margot, the center fielder, over towards left center. Strom, the third arm used tonight by Andy Green. Time called. Requested and received for Cuevas. Popped up right side. Hosmer is holding the runner on. Now Perella comes racing over and almost overran that ball, but makes the catch for out number 1 here, the 7th inning.
Yeah, I kind of held my breath there a little bit. Hosmer backpedaling. He squares up. Now he's going back, name and number, right? And that's always the play for the second baseman. And you're right. He had to reach to his right at the last second to secure that fly ball.
So now 1 on, and it brings up Nolan Arenado. 2 for 3 in the game. A single in the first, a single in the third before a little number in front of the plate and was tagged out by A.J. Ellis. Runner goes, and Blackmon throw down there. Not in time. Blackmon with a stolen base. We'll see here if the Padres are going to challenge. Perella slapping the tag on.
Well, as soon as he lifted that leg, Strom, Charlie is off and running. Pop-up slide. Was the foot on the bag? That's close. Looks like his foot is securely on the bag before the tag is applied.
Arenado jumping back out of the way of a pitch that misses in.
That's one of those moves with the left-hander. As soon as that leg is off and kicked, as a runner, you're going.
Three and 0. Time called as they're going to put him on here. The intentional walk of the no throw kind, down 3 and 0. Second walk of the inning charged to Strom, first of the intentional variety. So first and second, 1 down, and Trevor Story coming up. Well, the Rockies are 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Padres have had many more chances, and they are 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. But it's the Rockies on top right now, 6 to 4, looking for more here in the 7th inning. Popped up, mile high. They're coming from everywhere. Galvis racing in. Infield fly rule is in effect, and he makes the catch on top of the hill. He went over the mound and then back up the top of it again. 2 down.
And as you mentioned, the infield fly rule in effect. Batter is out. Runners can advance at their own risk. And that, you know what? That's great concentration for Freddie Galvis. Long way to run, uphill, downhill.
So 2 outs, runners at first and second, and it brings up the first baseman, Ian Desmond. Slices one foul down the right field line, out of play. Desmond struck out swinging in the second, struck out looking in the 4th inning, then singled and scored in the 6th inning. Bluff off the backside, but no throw.
Yeah, because you know that's too cold. The third base coach for the Rockies. Any ball hit to the outfield, they're going to send Charlie Blackmon. So outfield's got to charge it, catch it cleanly, throw accurately, if in fact they can. Try to get that runner at the plate. And as mentioned before, in situations like this with 2 outs, infielders, you got to dive and get dirty for that grounder to be right or left to prevent that ball getting to the outfield. Stu Cole, the third base coach, knows the arms of the outfielders, accuracy. Talked to Glenn Hoffman about that all the time. He takes into consideration the formula to send a runner. So probably with 2 outs, crack of the bat, he will be sending that runner, Charlie Blackmon.
Swing and a miss on a pitch up, and Desmond strikes out at the 7th. Rockies strand a pair, but have a 6-4 lead. As he is back out on the mound here for the bottom of the 7th. Took over for Tyler Anderson. Anderson went 5 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs. 3 of the 4 were earned. He walked 1. Struck out 3. Departed with a chance for a victory. There's ball 1 to Manuel Margot.
Kind of a weird strike zone tonight, huh?
I would agree. Foul back to the screen. 1-1. 6 runs, 9 hits, and error for the Rockies. They've left 5. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Padres, and they have left 5.
Now the Padre hitters have to contend with that cutter out of the hand of Brian Shaw. And the slider.
Swing and a miss, and Margot goes chasing and strikes out for the first out here at the bottom of the 7th. Second strikeout for Shaw since coming into the game.
Very tight spin on that slider. That's the bigger break, more tilt to it, unlike the cutter, which moves maybe 6, 7, 8 inches on the same plane.
Shaw breaking into the big leagues with the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2011. Spent the bulk of his major league career, though, with the Indians. 5 years in Cleveland.
Speaking of the Indians, how about the American League Comedy Central? Cleveland's the only team above 500. They're in first place. Going into tonight, Minnesota, Detroit, Kansas City, Chicago, below 500.
Yep. Not good.
And Minnesota's 7-3 their last 10 games, and they're still below 500.
Let's look at the standings. And the Indians are at 500 now, 20-20. The loss today. Full count now to Eric Hosmer with Jose Perella waiting on deck. Ball 4, and Hosmer draws a 1-out walk. It was just the second walk of the night given up by Rockies pitching. Mike Dunn up in the pen for Colorado. Steve Foster, the pitching coach, going over things here with Bud Black, the manager. 1 out, 1 on. Jose Perella represents a tying run, and he'll take ball 1.
You know, that cut fastball from Brian Shaw, if he's going to try to pound him away, Jose's got to think that way. Just as many hits in that right center field gap and right field line as there are in that left center field side of the diamond. A little first and third action going the opposite way.
That's a strike as Perella kind of jumping back out of the way. Christian Villanueva waiting on deck. With 1 out here in the 7th inning. And a foul off to the right out of play. That'll get up into the upper deck.
I know we say it all the time, but with that runner on first base, Desmond holding on, Eric Hosmer Just shoot something through there for first and third action.
Staying away again. Full count. Most of the pitches thrown by Shaw headed in that direction.
Yeah.
Whether it be the slider or the cutter, it is away. And a grounder towards short, could be two. To second for one, on to first for two. 6-4-3 on the twin killing that ends the seventh. We head to the eighth. 6-4 Rockies.
Communications, but Mark, in this one, this is going to be a tall order for the Padres against this Rockies pen.
Yeah, they bridged to the gap to Wade Davis, the closer, and Adam Ottavino has been the surprise start. I mean, a reliever, 38 strikeouts and 90 batters. It's almost over 47%.
Don, Mark.
All right, thanks very much, Mike and Mark. As first pitch strike here to Chris Iannetta, who leads it off for the Rockies. More Matt Strom. Pitch the seventh, back out there for the eighth.
Also for the Rockies, leading after 7 innings this year, they have a record of 14-2. And like Mark Sweeney said, that bullpen is one of the reasons they have the lead. They can go to those 3 arms out of that bullpen and preserve that lead.
Grounder to third base, and Christian Villanueva's throw is in time. 1 down. Well, here's our Arco top tier play, and the home run, a 3-run shot for Gerardo Parra. A liner to right field that gets out of the yard, and at the time gave the Rockies a 3-run lead on top 6-3. Padres would get a run back. It is 6-4 as Parra checks in again. He's grounded out twice before that 3-run home run in the 6th inning, and that home run was off Makita. So Joey Lucchesi with the first 5 innings giving up 3 runs, and Kazuhisa Makita went an inning giving up 3 runs. Fouled off, and it's 0-2. Rockies with 3 home runs in the game. There is Adam Ottavino, just talking about him, and there he is. Line foul. Daniel Castro waiting on deck. Here's an 0-2. And Parra grounds one to third base. Villanueva again. Up to the task. 2 down. 2 up, 2 down, and it brings up Daniel Castro. He's got one of the 3 home runs. Well, Cuevas also with a home run.
Yeah, Castro went down and got a breaking ball out of the hand of Lucchesi.
Take strike 1. Slap foul down the right field line, out of play.
Well, you can see why the Padres liked Matt Strahm when they dealt Ryan Booker and Trevor Cahill, right? And Brandon Maurer to the Kansas City Royals back in 17. Last year, July 24th to be exact.
Line and caught by Jose Perella at second base. Strahm has a 1-2-3-8 to the bottom of the 8th. 6-4 Rockies. For the Rockies, 2-4 with a 5.35 earned run average. That's up against the former Rocky, Jordan Lyles. 0-1, a 3.28 ERA, making his second start. That'll be tomorrow when we get you started with Padres Live, straight up at noon. Rockies and Padres playing here into the bottom of the 8th inning tonight, with Colorado on top 6-4, and Christian Villanueva to lead it off against Adam Ottavino, the new Rockies pitcher.
Yeah, and as kids would say these days, these numbers are sick. They're lit. Adam Ottavino, the crossfire from the right-hander. Nice ERA, 1.23 in 22 innings, 38 strikeouts. Opponents only hitting .087.
Villanueva fouls it off to the right, down 0-2.
Hey, Don, how about, you like apples?
I do.
How about 6 hits in 22 innings? How do you like them apples? That's dealing for Ottavino.
I think it's really cool that he's got an O at either end of his name, too. 0-2 pitch coming up. And a swing and a miss. Villanueva strikes out. One down here in the 8th inning.
It's kind of like your name.
Actually, yeah, now that you mentioned it, yeah.
You both went to Northeastern. Both a Husky, as there's the breaking ball from Ottavino. Chalk up another strikeout for the right-hander. It's nasty.
One down here in the 8th inning brings up Franchi Cordero. Frenchie has struck out, grounded into a fielder's choice, and grounded out to third.
Well, we have a number 0 in Rafi Lopez, and the Rockies have one in Ottavino. And 0 is a number. Right?
I agree. On the corner, and it's 2-2 down to Cordero.
Backdoor breaking ball. Perfectly placed. It's worth another look. And a nice frame job by Iannetta.
Swing and a miss, and Ottavino with back-to-back strikeouts here in the 8th inning. We're getting a look at those numbers and how good he has been. 2 down.
Two-seam fastball with movement. Starts on the inside part of the plate, ends up right down the middle, and the swing and a miss from Franchi.
2 down here in the 8th, and it brings up Franmil Reyes. 0-for-3 in his major league debut.
Well, Franmil Reyes is going to find out what it's like to hit against really, really good setup pitchers at this point in the game. And one of the better ones in the game right now as we speak.
Rolls it over foul, finds himself down 0-2.
Before this game, he struck out 38 of the 80 batters he has faced.
Wow, it's almost half.
Yep.
That is strike 3, and he strikes out the side in succession. 6-4 Rockies. Six to 4, the Rockies have the lead as we move to the 9th inning, and a new pitcher on here for the Padres. Left-hander Robbie Erlin into the game here for San Diego, their 4th pitcher of the night.
Well, nice job by Matt Strom. 2 solid innings, 2 walks, 1 in the intentional kind. So now Robbie Erlin swing guy. He can start, mostly relief this year. Decent splits, lefties and righties. And he's tossed more than an inning. He'll get an inning of work here. He's done that 9 of his 12 outings. Ball's coming out of his hand nicely.
Pitch hitting is Pat Valleca, who leads it off here in the 9th inning. Then Charlie Blackmon and Noel Cuevas scheduled to bat in the inning. Valleca with a 103 average in 29 games. Line to center, and that'll get in for a base hit to start things here in the 9th inning. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealer.
Score first. When the Padres score first, I believe they're 13-1. And the Rockies scored first. 1 run in the top of the 3rd inning and bust up the top of the Rocks order. 1 through 4 hitters, 4 for 14 with a home run and 2 runs batted in. But you know what, though, Don? It was the bottom of the order tonight, right? Cuevas with a home run in the 5th, but still the bottom of the order tonight.
It was a line drive foul outside of first base. They've got 5 hits at the bottom of the order. And a walk mixed in there and a run driven in. And Gerardo Parra, of course, with a 3-run home run. He's batting out of the 7th spot. 0-1 pitch. Blackmon will carve it foul off to the left out of play, and it's 0-2. Parra with that home run. And his 2nd of the year, the 3-run shot.
I want to see you dye your tips like Parra.
I don't have tips.
I think that'd be a good look. See Donnie doing that.
Lights this one off on the ground foul.
We can arrange that for you.
I'm good. Thank you.
Well, like they put the foil on your head, then they poke your hair through, and then they.
It takes a while, right? I mean, it's a couple hour procedure.
Yeah, you got nothing going on.
I have stuff going on. I'm kind of busy. We have a game every day.
I think it'd look good. Cover up some of the gray.
Thank you. So it fouled off down the left field line, out of play.
Robbie is really good glove side, that part of the plate, down and away to the righties. He's got pretty good command of that pitch. And these are the big outs. These are the big hitters he needs to face and get out on a consistent basis. Lefty on lefty. That was a change up there. Lefty's hitting .265 off Robbie. That's 9 for 34 prior to this game.
Inside out swing and a foul ball just beyond the Rockies dugout.
I think that last pitch we just saw, Don, as we take a look, this is where Robbie Erlin's really going to have some success. 2 seam in. Remember I mentioned the other side of the plate, and that ties up Blackmon. I mean, that's down by the knuckles there. It's a good pitch by Robbie.
A guy that's been going multiple innings for Andy Green. Pitch high, and it is now 2-2. It's gone more than an inning in 9 of his 12 outings on the year. And a battle here with Blackmon, his 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. That is strike 3. Blackmon goes looking. First out of the 9th inning as Erlin strikes out Blackmon.
He wants this one down and away. A.J. Ellis goes up and over into Blackmon, sticks it. Looks like a slider. Cutter maybe. It had that rotation on it. It's not where he wanted it, but he gets the call from Larry Vanover.
1 down, 1 on, and here is Cuevas. Cuevas with a solo home run in the 5th inning, his first, and a 1-for-4 night. Popped up. A.J. Ellis has contact with the hitter, Cuevas, but now it is Hosmer coming down the line to make the catch. Ellis kind of bumped into Cuevas, who was not running there initially and was in the way. 2 down. Hosmer makes the catch.
Yeah, that's one of those calls for an umpire. You think about obstruction. I mean, if there's no intent on the runner / batter, you know, it's all good. It's not like he intently tried to tie up A.J. Ellis. Bottom line, the out was made. Did not see Larry Vanover signal anything of that sort.
Arenado jumping on that first pitch and sending it foul down the right field line, out of play.
And no interference from the runner into the position player, that being the catcher Ellis, called from the home plate umpire as well.
Wade Davis getting ready in the pen. Arenado reaches out and sends it in right field for a base hit. And stopping at second base is Valleca as a base hit for Arenado. 3rd hit of the night, 4th time he's been on. Good play coverage right there by Arenado on a pitch down and away. He just goes and gets it and just flips it into right field. A 2-out base hit, and you got 2 on with 2 down as Pirela got it back in pretty quickly. Valleca moves up 90 feet to second base as the Rockies try to obtain some insurance. Trevor Story 0-for-4 in the game. Fouled off to the right, out of play.
You know, I was just talking about obstruction and interference. You know, play sticks in my mind to differentiate that too. The World Series, Cardinals Red Sox. Remember the play at third base?
Yes.
When they were awarded home plate? Because it was Will Middlebrooks, right?
Yes.
He got tied up, tangled up.
With Alan Craig?
Yes, I think obstructed the runner from advancing, and they called it. Run scores. Game over. It's that one play because, you know, there, and it even confused me for a while there, the difference between obstruction and interference. Interference is the runner interfering with the position player trying to make the play. Obstruction is the fielder obstructing the runner from trying to advance another base. Sorry about it.
Outside for ball 2, 2-1. Nothing to be sorry about.
Well, it's just, you know, there are certain things that happen and it just sticks in your mind to learn one way or the other, and that was that play that did it for me.
It was a teaching moment for you.
Yes, thank you.
Story will lift a fly ball, foul ground. Villanueva heads over towards the seats, but will not have a play. Galvis over there as well, but on the netting and into the seats. First and second, 2 down here for the Rockies in the 9th inning. Story 0-for-4 in the game. Has had a quiet night. Only member of the Rockies starting 9 not to have a hit tonight. That includes the pitcher. It's a ground ball to deep shortstop as Galvis goes to second for the force out. That sends us into the bottom of the 9th inning. Freddie Galvis will be coming up. He'll be looking for the cycle. He's got a double, a single, and a triple. He'll lead it off. When we come back in the bottom of the 9th, 6-4 Rockies. plays of the game for you. Freddie Galvis with his first hit of the game was a double down the left field line. Then he would single the other way to right. The triple coming up here. This gapper out to left center field, diving to try to make the play was Charlie Blackmon, but it's by him to the track of the wall, and Galvis to third base. So a double, single, triple. Homer shy of the cycle tonight, and he will lead it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. There's a new pitcher in, the closer for the Colorado Rockies. A save situation, Wade Davis.
He leads the majors with 14 saves in 16 opportunities. The punch out is there, few walks in 17 plus innings, pretty good splits. And since Wade Davis become a full-time reliever, that was back in 2014. 23-6 record, 93 saves in 103 opportunities, and a 1.57 ERA. So we've seen some pretty good arms out of that bullpen with Shaw, Ottavino, now Davis to try to save it.
Galvis drops the bunt down. Over to get it is Desmond. He flips to Davis for the out. Sliding in, trying to get there was Galvis as he tried to bunt his way on to begin things in the 9th inning, but he's out number 1.
Well, the Padres need base runners, not just a bloop and a blast, a couple of base runners and maybe a big hit. And now the race is on. Good transfer, bare hand, and Davis, credit him for getting over there quickly. As soon as he saw a bunt, he was over towards first base. Let's check out the feed. Oh, he leads him perfectly. Perfectly. Got to tip your hat to the defense of the Rockies right there.
One down here in the 9th inning brings up A.J. Ellis. They're going to run with a single in the 6th inning. Last run the Padres scored, got them within 2. Saves this season, Wade Davis with 14, former Padre. Now Diamondback, Brad Boxberger with 11. There's a high fly ball to center field. Charlie Blackmon with room out there. Makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here in the 9th. And a pinch hitter coming up here in the pitcher spot will be Rafi Lopez. Actually, no, it'll be Travis Jankowski. Jankowski at 349, a home run and a run batted in. Coming off the bench tonight after starting for the last week in right field. It'll bounce in off the shoulder of Iannetta for ball 1. Two and 0. At the top of the order, Manuel Margot waiting on deck. Jankowski trying to find a way on here with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Three and 0, and Davis falling behind. There's a strike, 3-1. Padres do have action in their pen in case. That's ball 4, and they will bring the tying run to the plate. Jankowski walks here with 2 down in the 9th inning. Here goes the catcher Iannetta to talk to Wade Davis, an official visit. They'll give Manuel Margot a chance. Margot has grounded out and a bunt single and an RBI. Lined out to left and struck out swinging. He's hit a home run off Wade Davis earlier this year, April the 4th, right here at Petco Park.
Looked like a little breaking ball that missed middle in, and Manuel was all over it. Maybe just a little refresher course from Iannetta before Manuel Margot digs in.
Jankowski takes off on a pitch that misses outside for ball 1. Takes second on defensive indifference. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Padres down to their last out with 2 down here in the 9th inning, trailing by 2. Margot represents a tying run and 1 for 2 in his career against Wade Davis, who showed you the home run. Now a grounder back to Davis. He'll throw to first, and that's the ball game. The Colorado Rockies come in and take game 1 of this brief 2-game series as the Padres drop the first one. The final again, the Rockies 6 and the Padres 4. Up next is Padres Live. Mike Pomerantz, what's in store?
Well, we're going to talk about Joey Lucchese's night. He went 5 innings, just really one troublesome inning, and still left the game after 71 pitches. So we'll hear from Andy Green on that. Also, Franmil Reyes, Major League debut. All that and more coming up in moments.